Welcome everyone to this video where we are going to talk about Payback 2023. I hope you are all doing well. The show begins with the cage match between Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. To be honest, I wasn't particularly excited about this match, and I guess I wasn't the only one feeling that way. As a fan, however, I felt obligated to watch it, even though I wasn't too thrilled about this rivalry that seemed to have dragged on for a while. Over time, I had lost some interest in it. However, WWE managed to surprise me once again. This opening match was simply outstanding, with no dull moments. If I were to offer some criticism, it might be that it was slightly too long for my taste, but other than that, it was a beautiful spectacle. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus really sold all their moves, and that bump on Trish's forehead was simply impressive. Right from the start of the match, it was clear that Becky had one thing on her mind: to destroy Trish Stratus. She never tried to leave the cage. Both wrestlers had their shining moments, but in the end, as expected, while Trish tried to exit through the door as Becky held her back, Zoe Stark came to Trish Stratus' aid. She attempted to pull Trish out of the ring, but Becky Lynch prevented her. Later in the cage, Stark interrupted a pinfall attempt after Becky's initial manhandle slam. Stark then targeted Becky Lynch while Trish Stratus tried to climb the cage to escape. However, Lynch got rid of Stark, caught up with Trish Stratus, and delivered another manhandle slam from the top rope, sealing her victory. Thanks to these two wrestlers for an exceptional match. After the match, Zoe Stark tried to help Trish Stratus get up, but Trish refused her assistance. She even slapped Zoe Stark and told her to leave. Stark then closed the cage door behind her and attacked Trish Stratus with her Z360. Perhaps this could mark the beginning of a new rivalry between these two. John Cena steps into the ring as the evening's host, but he has an announcement that may not sit well with everyone, especially one person. He reveals that as the host, he's obligated to make the evening special, and for that reason, he will be the special guest referee for the match between The Miz and LA Knight. Obviously, The Miz is not thrilled about this news, and he makes his entrance as well. The Miz points out that Cena shouldn't interfere as a referee in one of his matches. Cena asks if he has any other advice, to which The Miz retorts that he should have turned down the role in the Barbie movie. It's at this moment that LA Knight makes his entrance, and the match can finally begin. A good match. The Miz showed us that he's not out of his depth and is a real threat to any wrestler. The Miz and LA Knight had some minor clashes with John Cena during the match, but it didn't have any significant impact. At the end of the match, Miz decided to mimic the five-knuckle shuffle, but Knight blocked it with a body slam and followed it up with his BFT for the 3 count. As expected, LA Knight won the match. After the match, LA Knight celebrates his victory. Cena and Knight then face off on the stage. Cena extends his hand as a sign of respect, and Knight accepts. Next up is a United States Championship match, Rey Mysterio vs. Austin Theory. Another good, classic match, although not exceptional. I would have preferred to see this match on SmackDown and have a Gunther vs. Chad Gable match at Payback. In the end, Theory attempts an A-Town down on Rey, but the champion counters with a roll-up for the final pinfall, retaining his title. There's not much more to say about this match. Next, we move on to the WWE Tag Team Championship Street Fight, featuring Finn Balor and Damian Priest against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. In my opinion, this was the highlight match of the evening, greatly enhanced by the stipulation, as it's undeniable that this rivalry was starting to lose steam. During this match, we saw the use of trash cans, kendo sticks, chairs, tables, and even fighting in the crowd with hockey cross. The blows were brutal, as evidenced by Finn Balor's marked back and Kevin Owens' bloody head. Special mention must be made of Owens' swanton bomb from the stands onto a table below, a truly impressive feat. Of course, we also had interventions, including Dominik Mysterio, who was the target of Owens' swanton bomb, Rhea Ripley, who executed a spear on Owens through the barricade, and JD McDonough, who broke a pinfall attempt after Damian Priest had just endured a stunner and a hell of a kick. So, the champions found themselves in a handicap match, 2 against 5, but that didn't stop them from fighting with determination. In the end, Sami Zayn managed to hit his hell of a kick on Finn Balor, but Dominik Mysterio intervened, stunning Zayn with the briefcase as he attempted the pin. As a result, Finn Balor was able to put Zayn's arm for the 3 count, becoming the new tag team champions. It's worth noting that this choice is disappointing. Personally, I find it tiresome to see Judgment Day members winning their matches due to their numerical advantage. It becomes monotonous, somewhat like every Roman Reigns match. The Judgment Day members are talented enough to win without cheating. In short, I still haven't digested this result. We then witness the Grayson Waller effect with Cody Rhodes as the guest. He tells us that he has an announcement to make. He introduces the new wrestler on Raw, Jey Uso. Jey makes his entrance to the cheers of the crowd. Grayson Waller tries to calm the crowd's excitement in Jey Uso's celebration, but he receives a super kick in return. Jey will have a solo run on Raw, away from the bloodline. I'm looking forward to what's next and seeing his upcoming rivalries. Perhaps he'll face Gunther or even team up with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to help them regain their titles. We move on to the Women's World Championship match, Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. A match I was really looking forward to in order to finally see someone stand up to Rhea Ripley. While Rhea did get roughed up like rarely before, I don't know, I found this match somewhat lacking. It seems the audience felt the same way. The two women traded blows, and we got to see some impressive clotheslines from Raquel Rodriguez. Thanks to Dominik Mysterio's intervention, Rhea managed to regain the upper hand over her opponent and hit her riptide to retain her title. Once again, a Judgment Day member couldn't win on their own. Now we move on to the main event of the evening, the highly anticipated showdown between Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. This match was certainly highly anticipated, at least not by me. I don't know about you, but personally, I couldn't get excited about Nakamura, especially in the context of this rivalry. Nevertheless, WWE provided us with interesting segments featuring Nakamura speaking Japanese with subtitles. Additionally, the animation just before the match was of high quality. The match itself was solid, but it seemed a bit too long for a singles match. As advertised, Nakamura targeted Rollins' back whenever he had the chance. However, the commentators kept talking about it throughout the match, which, in my opinion, became tiresome to listen to. They presented this injury as Rollins' major weakness, even though he himself stated that he had been carrying it for years. Despite this, he became champion with the injury. In the end, Seth Rollins won the match with a surprise stomp. Nakamura still showed that he could hold his own against the champion with this match. There was no Damian Priest in his briefcase to close the show, but off-camera, Nakamura continued to attack the champion. We will likely see more of this rivalry. This Payback was a good event, with special mention to the steel cage match, and the match between Finn Balor and Damian Priest against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. That's it for this video. Let me know what you think about this show. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and take care.